Hey folks, today we're going to open up this Seaspray, which is a modern mainline release from 2025. I looked it up and it's from something called Transformers Retro. I did an unboxing a little while back on a Braun and I had picked that up at Walmart. I thought it was Target. I misremembered it. I guess it was Walmart. And on the same trip, I picked up this one. They were both on clearance for like $15. So, as you know, I'm a G1 guy, pretty committed to that. But it's not because I'm a hater of the modern stuff. I just don't have the space, and they're getting really expensive. But for sure, if I do walk down those toy aisles, these things catch my attention because they look pretty awesome. Let's open it up. This is totally cold. I don't know really anything about it. I don't think it's a reissue of anything. It turns out the Braun was a reissue of like a studio series release, but they changed his head to be more toy accurate. But as far as I know, this is a new release. So let's get this thing opened up. Totally cold. I have not tried to, transform this before. I'm not going to look at the instructions. We're just going to see if I can figure it out. Let's take a look at this a little closer. It's a nice looking toy. I mean, I like the box art on the back. You know, that classic art is always great. There's a tech spec. Like the other one, it doesn't actually say what line it's from, but apparently it's called Transformers Retro. So let's get it out of the bubble. We're just going to do the trapdoor technique, which is what I like to do. I'm just going to cut a little flap, pull it out, and then it's really easy to push the tray back in there if you want to store it carded, and it looks like it was never opened. There it goes. There it goes. A little noisy. Okay, let's get them out of here. I don't see a bunch of rubber bands, so I think I can just pop them out. Oh, no, there's a rubber band. There we go. One rubber band. I think that's it. Out of there. Okay, he's free. And there's a gun. There goes the gun. All right. I like him. I don't know. He looks pretty good. I don't buy the mainline. Like I said, it's just about staying focused because I don't have the space. There's another rubber band. Where that came from. But I do have like a small handful. Over the years, just like with this one, I might see it on the shelf. I might have a great deal on it, and I'll just grab it. So there was a line in 17 or the late teens, the late 20 teens called Titans Return. And I have one toy from Titans Return. It's literally the only one I have, and it's Titans Return Seaspray. So I dug this out of it's pretty decent little, I guess they called this Legends, and the new one is called Deluxe. Obviously they're different sizes. So anyway, we'll get a sense of which one is better. Actually, I don't know. It's hard to say that the new one is really an improvement, at least in robot mode. I mean, they both look like really good representations of Seaspray. So, oh well, it's not a versus. Let's get into this Seaspray here. He has knees. He has feet. His ankles move a little bit. Not going to go through all the articulation because I don't really care. As a G1 guy, I use my imagination. I definitely I am impressed with the articulation of these new toys. I think it's great, and it makes sense that that's one of the priorities. But it just doesn't matter for me. I'm accustomed to playing with these, or was accustomed to playing with, bricks. It's pretty hard to describe what I do with these toys as playing. I do a lot of refurbishing, like restorations. And I do a lot of sort of inspection, like appreciation of the design details. Like I'm interested in seeing how they put these together. But it's not like the battle scenes, when I used to go play out in the playground and fill Optimus Prime full of gravel. Although those were fun times. All right, let's see what this thing is going to do to me as I try to transform it. So the feet, like I see feet happening. Okay, this stuff just kind of explodes. And this must be part of the trim. Okay. This explodes. This must be part of the trim. Do that. All right, and then this looks like it's supposed to open up. Oh, this is going to just eat me up, isn't it? So complicated. These feet. His hands go somewhere. Maybe the wrist opens up. Those of you who know this design are probably cringing out, like, I'm about to break this darn thing. Believe me, if this is painful for you to watch, it's painful for me to know that you're watching. There's a hinge there with the head. It looks like it's got to pop back or something. Okay. Oh, that's moving. Oh, okay. Okay. Double hinge kind of thing. Well, that was both easy and embarrassing. I should have figured. What's to do with his face? Shoulders back out of the way. Oh, okay. There we go. There's 2 tabs for that to go into. Oh my. So then what do? I guess the arms usually go to the side. Flip them around. Arm. That. It goes down. Something like that. I know it's my fault, but it feels like a real flimsy junk. But easy for me to say when I don't know what I'm doing. And surely his head is not just going to be visible. That looks like some super clever double, triple swivel. Does it come out? Oh, okay, a piece fell off. More trim pieces. More trim pieces here. Somehow they're gonna hidden in. Since that's frustrating, I think we need to flip his head around. I can't imagine his face is just gonna be sticking out there. It's super tight, but can I flip it around? Golly. Something like that. His face gets covered up that way, which would be pretty disappointing if that's how they hide the face. Oh, there. Okay. So something like that snaps in. Something like. Oh, that doesn't. I mean, that looks like a swivel, but that must be just like the ankle swivel. So strange. So is that locked in or what? Okay, so now they snap together now. Why is one leg so much looser than the other? Come on. I'll be honest with you. This is humiliating. I am just not. I can't get it to stick together. There we go. Back to this thing, and so none of that looks right. This is just. Is that supposed to bend? Oh, okay, like that. So it's like an angle. One of those angled deals. Live with that. It's just so like nothing feels natural. Like nothing clicks in naturally. So these fists are gonna hide in there, maybe. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So that just popped in. I'll take it. I don't know why that happened, but I'm gonna take it. Oh Jesus. Worse language. Okay. I'm like breathing hard. Okay. Face. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even like fit. And okay. Why can't anything just like intuitively go together? And this probably turns around. Oh boy. Now can we get it to hold together? And there's Seaspray. I think transformed correctly. And looking at it, I kind of thought this would probably slide forward, but I fiddled with it a little bit and it just won't move. So maybe that's just how it's supposed to be. The arms are all lined up, so I think that's how it's supposed to be. The face is covered. I'll tell you, this head sticking out like this is, I guess it works. It's not my favorite. I guess I'm okay with it. I mean, now that I see it, it's oh my gosh, it just really doesn't want to hold together. Um, it is a decent looking sea spray, but there's just like all these lines and panels all over the place that break it up. It's not a clean boat mode or whatever this is, hovercraft. I gotta tell you, this feels like a piece of garbage. I'll just say it. I mean, it just the brawn was pretty cool. Once we got it, it was hard for me as well. And once we got it into that truck mode, it looked really nice. This one was hard for me. I think a lot of that was my fault, not the toy's fault. I'm just not as familiar with the moves to solve the puzzle. So, I tried and I struggled. I got it done. But yeah, this doesn't feel very satisfying because there's just like hinges everywhere. I mean, this thing is super ugly. Why are there holes here? Like, what's that about? Why are there holes just like right through the top of it? Is there a hole there? I mean, can't imagine that would be very air or water tight, which, could be a useful feature of a machine such as this. Yeah, I don't love this. I don't love this. I don't know how much of the difficulty was my fault versus the design, but I just found it to be really, unnecessarily tight in certain places and then unacceptably loose in certain places where things just don't want to hold together. So let me look at that Titans Return again. Let me throw that into alt mode and just see what we got back then in 20 whatever it was, 2017. Okay, so here is the Titans Return, and I was able to flip this to alt mode in about 30 seconds. Even with my old hands and brain, I was able to get this put together, and everything snapped together nice and firmly. It was really logical. It's not the most elegant solution to cover up his face, with this panel. So I can't say this one's really, superior to the retro one. But this is, honestly, let me put them next to each other. The new one is not a big improvement, but I guess it is an improvement because the Titans Return also just looks weird. I mean, it's got a lot of this just like, these unnecessary panel lines. It was just a lot easier to transform and more, I would say, more fun to transform. But, now that I look at them side by side, I guess maybe I was too hard on this sea spray. It looks decent. It looks decent. I'm glad we have these toys to criticize. I'm glad they're out there. Glad people can enjoy them and critique them, and then they'll release a new version that's even better. We're lucky that we have that. So I'm not gonna hate on this toy. I'm also I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty disappointing entry. This was fun. If nothing else, you got to watch me just struggling. Interesting experience, and you got to watch me live it in real time. But that was tough. That was a pretty tough one. So there you have it, the 2025 Transformers Retro Seaspray, transformed cold from robot to alt mode. A little tricky, a little fiddly. Some stuff's tight, some stuff's loose. But we got there, and it's a decent looking entry, at least compared to the Titans Return, which was a lot more fun and easy to transform, but probably doesn't quite look as clean as this, even though this one does have its flaws in the area of cleanliness. So if you enjoyed this, I hope you'll take a look at some of the other videos on the channel. We do history and reviews, little engineering quirks and repair techniques. And I hope you found this information useful, and we'll see you next time.